Welcome to the summer series of Parenting Roadmaps. If you are new to the Parenting Roadmaps resources, welcome. As I work to expand these resources, I'd love for you to join me on Instagram and Facebook. Parenting Roadmaps is here for you, parents, to help guide you along the journey of child development. I'm so glad you have found Parenting Roadmaps. Our theme this week focuses on the domains of child development. First, check out the video using the link above if you haven't watched the full episode on the domains of child development. For Parenting Roadmaps, I'm going to utilize the 4 commonly used domains in child development: the cognitive domain, the social and emotional domain, the speech and language domain, and the physical domain. While there's some variations, the domains of childhood are there mainly to give structure to kids' behaviors and actions. And as you probably already know, kids don't run around throughout the day doing things that fall into just one domain. In the real world, it just doesn't play out that way. For example, when a child is playing race cars with a friend, they are using their fine motor skills to push the car, their speech and language skills to communicate with their friends about what's happening, and their social and emotional skills to share the play space and toys. Second, if you watched my story on Instagram earlier this week, you caught a brief history on Arnold Gesell, who became our first map maker. His research allowed him to see the patterns in how children develop. Gesell's work also illustrated that each child's developmental journey is unique. Now, why did I just go through highlighting those 2 concepts? To illustrate this point and to send some compassion your way. Parenting is a balancing act, like all of the time. In just a couple of minutes, did you pick up on how my messages to you were like in total conflict with each other? Development is a pattern, but development is unique. Development is broken down into domains, but rarely does a child do anything that falls into just one domain. Oh my goodness, this kind of information could drive anyone crazy, right? But that's kind of what we do as parents. We do our best to keep things in balance. I'm going to give you 4 bits of advice, and I'll be the first to admit that these statements pretty much contradict each other. But when you balance them out, they truly can help you guide your child along this journey. First, look for the patterns. Pay attention to your child's development. Pay attention to the developmental milestones. Bottom line, there is no doubt that those developmental milestones are important. We need to make sure our kids are meeting these developmental milestones. On the other hand, expect to be surprised. Your child is an individual who has so much to offer. Be sure to leave room to be surprised by what makes your child unique. Now, be aware that your child's growth and development occurs in a variety of domains, and take time to learn about this developmental journey. However, realize that your child's behaviors and actions will, a majority of the time, be a combination of multiple domains. So guess what? Use this to your advantage. Challenge yourself to be creative in how you can tap into other domains when you're spending time with your child. We aren't always going to hit the mark perfectly as parents, but through education and child development, we can do our best to keep it in balance. Have a great week, everyone, and as always, remember to enjoy the journey.